This next clip is taken from the highly anticipated Khan-Darcy AI interview, held in September 2024, where two leading voices in the generative AI landscape, both in Australia and globally, provided expert insights into the ever-evolving field. Poonam Khan, a Sydney-based entrepreneur with a strong foundation in the fashion industry, now commands the AI advisory space through her influential agency, guiding businesses to navigate the complexities of this cutting-edge technology. Eamon Darcy, founder and head of the Quechua Gen AI agency in Perth, is at the forefront of shaping the future of generative AI and quantum computing, particularly in education and enterprise integration. Together, they represent the pinnacle of thought leadership in Australia's AI ecosystem.
Hi, everyone. I would like to introduce to you my good friend Eamon, who is a highly accomplished academic with a passion for quantum physics and computing. He's earned his master's degree in e-commerce from Murdoch University in 2001, where he was awarded the prestigious Achievement Prize for achieving the highest academic performance for the graduating year. Now, in 2018, Eamon founded Quantum Education Centre of West Australia, Quechua, to promote his awareness and of quantum physics and computing. Now, Eamon is an active member of UWA advisory community for quantum girls and the largest government-funded quantum computing project in West Australia. Eamon consults on a quarterly basis on generative AI at Horsey Supercomputing Research Centre in Tech Park, where he writes and delivers generative AI courseware. Welcome, Eamon.
Welcome. Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. Thank you, Poonam.
Okay, now we've just got a few questions that we want to find out about where AI is going and how things are progressing in that section. So what is artificial intelligence and how does it impact all of us?
Right, well, that's a great question to start with. What is it? And it wasn't that big a deal if you go back even just one decade. I mean, I studied it at university with neural networks and synthetic data and machine learning and all those things. But, it was never thought that it was ever going to really work, or that if it was going to work, it was 100 years away. That's exactly how we thought of it. It was a very minor part of the syllabus. That all changed in 2017 when Google came out with the transformer architecture. Now, ChatGPT, which everybody's heard of or knows and uses, the T in ChatGPT stands for transformer. And transformer is what makes the AI appear like a human.
Okay.
So there's a thing called the Turing test after Alan Turing, who's one of the most famous scientists who's ever lived. In World War II, he saved the day from Nazi Germany, basically. I've written a paper on that, actually.
Okay.
The whole Enigma file and the Enigma situation, which was a complete fantastic piece of cryptography, but we won't go into that now. But the Turing test is whether you can tell you're talking to a computer or not. And we've surpassed that ages ago. The next one will be, can you be talking to a robot without knowing it's an AI or a human? And at the moment you would, because they talk like this.
So how does AI learn and improve over time?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, it does learn. And people will say it can only learn what we've taught it. Now, let's get something straight. That's not true. And we know that's not true because in the likes of the games of chess and Go, which are strategic games that have been taught to AI,
right?
AI has come up with better moves and They
That's right.
invented it themselves. There's a please look this up, everybody listening. In Google DeepMind, they did AlphaGo, ALPHAGO. And when they were doing it, AlphaGo came up with a very famous move, which is called Move 37. And all the experts are going, oh, see, it's made, all the human experts were saying, oh, it's made a mistake. See, it's not as good as you say. And of course, Move 37 was the best move that's ever been done.
Right.
The AI won the game, 10 minutes later. The lesson to learn from that, and there are many other lessons like that, is that when AI works with synthetic data. Now, what's happening now? Every published word that's ever been the complete works of Shakespeare, the complete works of Mozart, they've all been digitized, and the LLMs have been trained on that knowledge.
Okay.
And people are now saying, oh, well, we've come to the end. But AI can invent synthetic knowledge so it can carry on training. And okay, that's a gain, AlphaGo. But in point of fact, we're now talking about the Alpha Proteo, which is replicating the proteins in life. And soon we'll have a society that's completely run by AI, and we'll just have to let it do its thing. So, yes, there's good and bad about that.
Move 37 is a really good example because it's basically learnt itself to be even better than humans, basically.
Absolutely.
Mm.
It did it, and it showed that it was so far ahead of us. The latest chess AIs can play 7,000 human chess grandmasters simultaneously and win every game. And that's only happened since the transformer. And I could explain the transformer architecture, but we probably haven't got time to do it. It's essentially guessing the next word that makes sense.
Okay, yep.
And then it checks whether the whole thing makes sense.
Okay. And what is the recent developments in AI when people should know about? Is that what's the new stuff?
Yeah, the transformer architecture is rather old stuff now. Oh well, it's still the main basis of everything, but we are talking about more neural symbolism, which is coming in, which is going to be even more like a brain. That's it's not available yet, but it will be soon. But when we talk about advances in AI, is that all the LLMs, starting with ChatGPT, they're all about to get a very, very major upgrade within about 4 or 5 weeks. It's imminent.
Oh, like that soon?
That soon, yeah. Definitely before the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
And I want to impress upon you, it's a major, major upgrade. And I also want to impress upon you, which is probably one of your questions for later, but when that comes out in the following 12 months, we expect 100 million jobs to be displaced worldwide.
Okay.
So Poonam, you must remember, we'll talk about that job displacement a bit later. I'm sure you've got a question on it. But to go back to what's happening with AI, so these LLMs, like ChatGPT, are about to get 100 times better, smarter. Answers are better, less hallucinations. It's going to be what they call agentic. Now, at the moment, when you ask a ChatGPT a question, it'll start answering it immediately.
Right.
It's called zero basing. Now, and that's fine. That's great. We like that. But what would be even better is, and what is going to happen, is that ChatGPT, it's going to probably be called Next GPT. So I'll refer to it as Next GPT,
Yeah.
on the understanding that name might change. But with Next GPT, what it will do, it won't answer straight away. It will create a number of agents. And these are like individual chat GPTs. And they'll all go off and they'll log on to websites. They'll enter in data so that they can be a member of whatever it is. And they will do real research. And then they all get back together, discuss it, reiterate the whole thing, visit it again, rather like when the AI played 7,000 games with itself per minute in chess. This would do the same thing, so that when you get your response, which would only be like an hour later, or you can stipulate when, it's going to be out of this world. The responses today are magnificent.
They are,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I wouldn't send an email out without putting it through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
They are magnificent, but this is going to go beyond the next level. And
Right.
also the reasoning is going to be better. So it's going to actually, and all that's going to happen is you're going to do a to-do list, like a list of all the things you want done, give it to the AI, come back an hour later, and it's all done.
Wow.
Wow,
That is
indeed.
going to be absolutely amazing. And this is coming out really soon as well.
That's the real good point. Really soon. I mean, they've
Okay.
been talking about it for about 10 months. They've been talking about it a long time.
Yeah.
But this is going to be really unbelievable. And it'll write in any language you want. It will include video where you
Hmm.
might need training and things like that. It can create its own video, Hollywood quality, and
Wow.
insert that into the document strategically, like if it's something that you need training in, and it will have graphics. It will be 100 times better than what a team of humans can do today.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes,
Absolutely amazing. So, what is the difference between routine AQ and disruptive AQ?
a big
And
difference.
why is this important to us?
Yeah, it's very important. Routine AQ or AI or AQ. AQ is AI plus quantum computing.
Hmm.
At the moment, we're all going crazy about AI, but
Yeah.
it's going to go absolutely bananas when quantum computing, which is actually my discipline, that's what I'm trained in from the University of St. Petersburg, amongst others. It will be incredible. So that's AQ. But to answer your question,
Yeah.
routine AQ or
Hmm.
AI is what the company should do in its own sphere of operations.
Right.
So, back office, dealing with clients, everything like that, it should use AI for the
Hmm.
very reasons that you and I have just discussed about it'll do the whole um, list of items you've got to do. So the company should use itself. But the disruptive AQ, which is the most exciting thing,
Hmm.
is where you look at your entire industry and say, hold on a
Right.
minute, now we've got this power, shouldn't we be doing something a bit better? And is there
Hmm.
some way we can think outside the box? I have examples of what's been happening so far. So this is
Yeah.
real.
Okay. And how does it affect us?
It
Like,
will, sorry.
sorry, go on. Well, how does it affect us?
Well, it will affect us hugely because using one of those examples, then I'll go back to Google DeepMind, who did AlphaFold. And what they did was worked out how a protein is created from an amino acid, which is something that the biologists and the Biomedics thought that we would never know. But that is now allowing us to be confidently saying for the first time ever as a species, we will cure cancer, within 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Because we'll be able to simulate how these proteins bind together. That's another thing called alpha proteome.
Okay.
And I could go on, but you can see how by thinking outside the box and applying it to one of these many, many difficult tasks, like balancing the grid, the energy grid with all the solar and wave and all the new batteries and all the new things coming out. Balancing the grid is a real problem the Earth has. And calculating new materials for batteries. Honestly, the list is endless. We will be affected. Every person on the planet Earth will feel this effect.